Repeal and replace. That's the new slogan coming from the Republican Party this morning. South Carolina Senator Jim DeMint is a Republican and is introducing a bill that would roll back President Obama's health care and replace it with something else called common sense solutions. So far, 12 Republican lawmakers have co-signed the bill, and the senator joins us live from D.C. Good morning to you, sir.
Steve, Gretchen, Brian, it's great to be with you.
It's great to have you as well. So yesterday, the president signed the health care bill, and according to the vice president, it was a big deal, as we know from the vice president's comments caught off mic there. What are the Republicans going to do? Because, there's a new Gallup poll out that shows that more people are warming up to it.
Well, before I forget, I would just encourage our viewers to go to repealitpledge.com and help us elect people in November that will help us repeal this bill. Certainly with all the hype and propaganda, we would expect a bump in the polls. But as people find out what this does, they're going to be more and more disenchanted, and they're already very angry. I mean, in fact, this week, we're having to pass a 1-month fix for what we pay doctors to see Medicare patients. This bill needed to have something in there that made sure that if you have Medicare, you can find a doctor. But seniors are going to find in a few years that they can't find a doctor, and over half of the people who get this new insurance are going to be on Medicaid, and over half the doctors already don't see them. So I think as people begin to discover what's behind all of this propaganda, they're going to like it even less than they do today.
Senator DeMint, what can Republicans do now, though? Because some are now saying that a rift is going to begin within the Republican Party. Those who believe that they should try and stop the process of reconciliation, and those who believe that we should just move forward towards the elections. Where do you stand on that?
Well, the reconciliation is almost a sideshow. I mean, it adds some taxes, it takes over another industry, the student loan industry, and it puts tens of thousands of people out of work. But it's not going to change the basic health care plan that cuts $500 billion from Medicare, raises taxes on almost every American, and puts debt on our children. So the thing we're doing this week is a sideshow. We're going to do everything we can to stop it or expose what's in it. But the real battle is in November. I mean, the campaigns in November for the House and the Senate are going to be, I believe, focused on repealing this bill, making sure we get candidates who will repeal it. And I think as Americans, again, find out more about what's in it, there's going to be more and more anxiety and anger about what's been done to them.
All right, so the repeal will come if the Republicans gain power, if they gain the House,
that's right,
if they gain the Senate. But in the meantime, there are other issues: education, immigration, energy. Senator McCain says, forget it. What does Senator DeMint say?
Well, the president does continue to have a very ambitious agenda. We've already taken over General Motors and Chrysler, the largest insurance company in the country, the largest mortgage company, and he does have cap and trade on his agenda. He wants to take more federal control of education and our financial sector. So Republicans are just trying to hold back the tide until we can get some reinforcements in November.
So should they play what I'm saying, Senator? Should they go in and start negotiating? Senator Lindsey Graham met with Senator Schumer and the president on immigration. Should that continue?
I think Senator Graham has come back and said, based on what happened with this health care process, that all good faith is gone. I don't think you're going to see Republicans trying to work in a bipartisan way for more debt, more spending, more government takeovers. That seems to be the only thing on the president's agenda right now.
Well, Senator, right now, the Democrats, they've got the majority. And in the run-up to the vote on the bill, I'm sure you heard this, Democratic Congressman L.C. Hastings, who's on the very powerful House Rules Committee, he said, quote, "There ain't no rules here. We're trying to accomplish something. All this talk about rules, when the deal goes down, we make them up as we go along." That's what a member of Congress on the Democrat side, on the Rules Committee, said. So when the going gets tough, they make it up as they go along.
Well, it's really horrifying when you consider that all of us take an oath to protect and defend the Constitution that defines a very limited role of the federal government. But when they want to get something done, all the rules, the Constitution, everything is out the door. And I think that's why you see millions of Americans who have never been so angry, so sad, so upset. I think you're going to see a real emotional, passion-charged debate going into the elections this year.
Right.
And I think you'll see a new president in 2012.
Interesting. Another one of those rules is that the bill may actually exempt staffers who work for congressional committees and the president himself from buying into these state-run exchanges, which is another interesting irony in this whole entire thing. Senator DeMint, we got to wrap it up there, but always great to have you on the show. Thank you very much.
And the